Hey guys, it's broth day right there. See it rolling? Remember that turkey that we smoked the other day for Nancy's birthday? I'll put a picture of it up here. That is a good looking bird. That was a pretty good bird. We ate the bird. What was left of the bird, I didn't pick and pull and make sandwiches out of. We took what was left of the white meat, most of it out, and done something with it. But all the dark meat, that dog has followed me right in this kitchen. Luna, get out of my kitchen. And we pulled all the meat off that we wanted, and instead of throwing that away, this is what I done with it. Broke it down to where it fit in this pot, covered it up with water on this crock pot. I left it on low. This makes 36 hours that it's been on here. I could have done it at 24, but I had other things to do. Sitting here rolling like this. We're going to strain everything off that and just take the broth off of it, and I'm going to pressure can that broth and put it up. This will make the best soups, stews, chilies. I do it with beef, do it with chicken. I just happen to have this turkey left over. So we are going to make some turkey broth. I just get me a bigger pot and a strainer and my dipper here. Because this is hot, there's a lot of it. I'm just going to start out just like this till I get enough of that broth out of there that I don't burn myself up or spill it in the floor. Lord have mercy, what a mess that turkey fat would make in the floor. And get this done. Like I said, everything's in here. This whole carcass is in here. The skin, everything. It's not going to make as much broth as it looked like it is, because most of this is turkey. And to be honest with you, what I might do, because there's still so much flavor in this bird, I'm going to pull all this water off, and then I'm going to put that carcass right back in there and put me another gallon of water on top of it and go another 10 hours or so, however long it takes to bring it back to a good hot boil. That way I can double my broth. I made quite a bit of broth out of that brisket the other day, that brisket trimmings. I think I got 16 pints, and we've already used 4 or 5 of them pints. It don't last as long as you think. Wherever it calls for 2 cups of water or a cup of water, use that homemade broth. Now I don't think it'd be too good in cakes and pies, but man, in any kind of dinner you're fixing up, it's the way to go. We're gonna try. Whoa, that's hot. That's hot. All right. Now, like I said, there is absolutely nothing wrong with any of this. I'd still be good to do anything with. I'm gonna put another gallon of water in that, put the lid back on it, and make me some more broth. All right. I strained all that off and put that carcass with the meat, bone, everything back in there. Put another gallon of water on top of it. I have a gallon of this broth right here that I'm fixing to put in jars and pressure can it, or I can put it in the pantry. And you can make it out of turkey. You can make it out of chicken. You can make it out of beef fat. You can make it out of onions, vegetables, anything at all. You can make broth out of it. It just takes a couple days in the old crock pot, or if you've got an electric water bath can or something that gets hot, it takes a couple days. But while you're doing something else, I can be making, and then take yourself a couple hours and jar it. You'll be glad you did. I have got my brine and my broth ready to go in the jar. Made me a little cloth here to put it on because it's going to drip everywhere. There's one. I like to use a cup to ladle in there because I know what that pint jar holds, okay? Pint jar holds 2 8-ounce cups. But I want more than 2 cups. Just leave a little head space. That's all it needs. But anyway, when I get ready to use these, I know where it's a half a jar or a whole jar. And if you break one, just need a half a jar. If you open one up, just need a half a jar. Sit the rest up in the refrigerator. It'll keep for. I'll tell you something that I do. And I'll tell you something I do that probably sounds silly, but we all buy Campbell's soup, Food Line soup, Kroger soup, whatever. When it's on sale, you get the chicken noodle and the beef vegetable and whatever that you like. Well, that canned soup you get at 49 cents a can right now. That's pretty good. And we got a little of it ourselves. Put back with other stuff. Everybody should be putting something back. I'm telling you. But you can take that soup. Me and Nancy going to fix it about to eat. Just real something quick, soup and a sandwich. Take that soup and pour it in a strainer and pour that canned water off of it. Rinse it. Put the chicken noodle and the beef and stuff like that. Rinse it. And then we open one of these right here and pour in it. And it takes the whole game up another level. If you ain't got time to do that, that's fine. But I'm just telling you, you can take something like canned soup and just pour that canned water off of it. And put you one of these that you make and put in there, and it turns it into a meal. It ain't as good as if you just made a whole soup, but you made all the soup fresh, but it steps the game up. It's still pretty hot. See how pretty that is? That's broth. That's real broth. I've already got my canner over here with my water in it, getting hot. Remember what old Red Green used to say? If the women don't find you handsome, they better find you handy. Oh, I thought I had a cracked lid. So, I'm handy. Okay, here's an example. That lid there has no writing on it whatsoever. But there's a ball, naturally. Ball. These right here come on jars that I got at Walmart. Lids and rings on them. These will not can. There must be water bath only, because you try to put pressure on them lids will buckle. If you're gonna make sure it says Ball, Kerr, Liberty, or something on the back of that. I could be 100% wrong, but I've noticed it this year. Terrible. Okay. There's that. I got 7 pints out of that. Now that is some good looking broth. It's got all the seasoning at the bottom of it that was like that come out of that turkey. I didn't season this at all after that when I put it in there. That is really pretty. This is going to be pretty nice. When my water gets warm, I'm going to drop it in. I'm going to bring it up to where it's jiggling. Once I get my pressure up and she's jiggling, I'll let her jiggle for 20 minutes. And then I'll turn it off, let it cool back down. When this comes out, it'll have a whole lot clearer look. And all that seasoning will be separated on the bottom, and all that fat will be separated to the top. Don't worry about that fat. That fat is supposed to be in there. When you buy canned broth at the store, it's just dirty looking water. It ain't got nothing in it. You ain't got nothing but dirty looking water with nothing in it. This right here is the stuff. I might even start selling this. Yeah, I'm warm enough in there. Go ahead and set my cans, my jars in. Wish I had more, but I don't. I'm gonna have to use a couple empty jars for fillers, it looks to me like. I had 7 of them, so I made me a filler jar. Drop it in there. Got just about a ½ inch of water over top of every one of my lids. That's exactly right. Got our jars in here. I'm gonna pressure can it. Get this set on there. There we go. Be back in about an hour. Open your lid away from yourself, guys. People get burnt bad like that right there. Uh-oh, you get burnt bad. Open your lid towards yourself. Okay, and my jar grabber. Let's see what we got here, guys. Ooh-wee. And that is something. That is something. when that cools down, that'll look a little bit different. Well, that one got clear, didn't it? It won't be that clear. Oh, look at that bubble. There's 7 good pints of delicious turkey broth. I'm going to tell you something else about this turkey broth. If you have watched this video up to this point, remember what your mommy and your mama and them give you when you're sick, when you was little and you couldn't keep nothing on your belly? Broth? Yeah. You can listen, a sick person can live on that right there. There's everything in it they need. And it'll be delicious and have all the daggone fluids in it they need. Plenty of minerals and vitamins and protein in that right there. Because that is the real deal. If you don't make it for no other reason, make it for your family to put some of it back to feed them whenever they're sick. That's the reason I'm doing some more of this. We're going to cook with this, but it's got medicinal purposes too. If you've ever been sick and couldn't eat, how good this pouring of old nasty broth off a chicken noodle soup or something and drinking it, how good it was. Or making that old bouillon just to get something on your stomach. This right here, 1,000 times better than that. This almost cure you. I'm telling you. This might be the cure to COVID. We don't know. We don't want the COVID. Any of our friends out there who've been sick, we sure have our prayers. This just kind of keeps escalating. Keeps escalating. Guys, take care of yourself. Remember that we love you. If you need anything, reach out. See you around. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up.